Recently, I've received a few messages from unknown numbers reporting to be from Royal Mail, prompting me to rearrange a delivery for a parcel. This is very unusual as I generally don't receive phishing emails, robocalls, or fake SMS messages. To be clear, these messages are fake, and there are a few ways I can tell this is the case, because unlike the Nigerian Prince emails or the robocalls from Indian call centres pretending to be Microsoft, these text messages seem somewhat convincing as they contain no major problems with formatting, grammar, or spelling. However, a few of these text messages spell Royal Mail as one word, and one of them uses the pronoun I instead of we. But the biggest giveaway is the link. Legitimate businesses generally won't include links in text messages or emails, and the links point to domains that have nothing to do with Royal Mail. Most of these have the top level domain .buzz, which definitely sounds convincing, am I right? For reference, Royal Mail's actual domain is royalmail.com. In emails it can be even harder to tell if a message is legitimate because hyperlinks can be embedded in an image or a piece of text. Now, as a rule of thumb, don't click on random links in emails or text messages from people you don't know. Now, I'm sure most people who watch my videos are fairly tech savvy and already know this, but I suggest you share this video with other people to help spread the word. So what happens if you click these links? Well, I first trialed this in a Windows 7 virtual machine, and that's because I wanted to see if any of these links contain malware. But most of them just redirected me to the legitimate Royal Mail website. And strangely, one of them redirected me to Every's website, Every basically being a postal service in the UK similar to Royal Mail. When entering the domains without any extension, some of them just didn't do anything, and some had this website template with absolutely no branding. And this site appears to be a URL shortener. But when I visited these websites on mobile, I got quite a different result. I was instead directed to a replica of the Royal Mail page. This page is fairly convincing because it's an edited version of the Royal Mail site, and so it contains the correct CSS properties, but the domain was royalemail.buzz, with a page saying delivery suspended, and clicking anywhere redirects you to this page or to a 404 page. Upon clicking the link, you're prompted to provide your personal details, and of course the details I gave were completely made up, and then you're prompted to provide your bank details. But for the card number, you can't just provide something random, and I'm obviously not going to provide my real card number in there. So I used a website to generate a fake but numerically valid card number, after which the site froze up, but I assume the details had been sent over to the scammers. So how can we tell a legitimate SMS or email from an imposter? I already mentioned that phishing scams tend to have poor grammar and spelling, but what else can make a difference? Well, firstly, think about the message in context. For example, I don't have an iCloud account, so it would be very strange if I was told there was a problem with my iCloud account. Second of all, phishing emails and SMS messages are quite ambiguous. They'll say, you need to update your information, or that there's a problem, but they won't go into much detail about what the problem is, and they'll usually refer to you as customer or user rather than your actual name. Thirdly, there's usually a sense of urgency, typically stating you have to do something immediately or as soon as possible. And finally, you should look at the source the message has come from. If it reports to come from a big company, but the email address is registered to a generic or random domain, the chances are that it's not legitimate. And for phone numbers, there are sites that allow you to see messages people have written about phone numbers they've been contacted from. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, cheerio.